Well, well, hello everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Saturday only here on YouTube. We'll be joining Oldies and More Radio beginning at midnight tonight. So welcome to the March 30th, 2024 Vinyl Treasure Show. We are almost done with the quarter here as we celebrate. Some of us will celebrate Easter tomorrow. So I want to, before I forget, I might forget, wish a happy Easter to everyone tomorrow that celebrates that. But Johnny G I am here spinning my 1950s and early 60s vocal group harmony 45s out of my collection. All requests by you. The only ones that I picked tonight was the opening instrumental and the opening vocal record tonight. Those are the only two records that I picked. Everything else is requests by you, the listeners, so thank you all. If you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. And also, if you are new to the program, finding out about the program tonight, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the bell to get notifications. You'll have to hit the drop down to get all notifications. Have to sign on with an email, unfortunately. You can make a name up. We had a lot of aliases in our chat room, but I know them by first name, so it's always, you can come on with an alias there. And we got a lot of secret listeners too, but you are all welcome. Doesn't really make a difference, so thank you all for being here. I had a very difficult week this week. Many of you know because of my father, but today was okay yesterday. I thought we had a reprieve, but today, I don't know, but we're going to work through it here. I have to go pick up his medication. Maybe tomorrow at CVS I will do that, but I am here, so thank you for waiting. But enough of my babbling here. We opened up tonight with a flip side instrumental from last week. I played Jimmy Wright and his orchestra. Last week we played Move Over. And I was talking to Charlene about the release date on that. I always thought that the Rama release by Jimmy Wright and his orchestra from September 56 was the first release. It was not. It first came out on G Records, G number 1006, which I do have. I always thought the Rama release was the first record. It's not. I think the other side of which I have the G, I think it's called Lily Mae Bell Mambo, if I'm not mistaken. But this song is called 2:20 a.m. I think I've been on the show at one time till 2:20 a.m. But that is a nice, easy, slow instrumental ballad there from September 56 on the Rama label. 2:20 a.m. written by Jimmy Wright. Other writers are Goldner, and also Alan Freed gets writing credit on this, so he probably played this 45 too. Well, enough of my babbling here. Let's start it off here as we go to Indianapolis, Indiana, to Jerry Herman's Note record label. I played the flip side of this, I forget, it might have been 2 or 3 weeks ago, a song called My Vow to You, but the flip side is a frantic up-tempo that I do like. And it features Leroy King on lead. These are the students to open up from November 59 on the Note label. It's called That's How I Feel. Yeah, we open up the vocal portion there with the sound of the Students, Leroy King and the Students from November 1959. That's on Note Records. That's How I Feel is the name of the tune. Now, many of you probably have that song on Checker Records. I think they put it out in 1962. I don't know why it took them so long to put out the that follow-up to I'm So Young and Every Day of the Week. But a great tune there, a group out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Well, actually, they're out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I said Indianapolis. That was a label. The group is out of Cincinnati, Ohio. But anyway, let's. We got our first requests here with another up tempo here before we start to count down the music chronologically here. This is for Edmund Williams, an old request he had, as he'd like to hear Richard Barrett and the Valentines. This is their 5th of 7 on George Golner's Rama record label, again with Jimmy Wright in the orchestra. This is the B-side to 20 Minutes from June of 1956. This is going out to Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. He's in our YouTube chat room. The Valentines on Rama. It's called I'll Never Let You Go for Edmund.
I love you so I'll never let you go.
I love you so.
I'll never let you go.
I love you so.
I love you, pretty baby.
I love you so.
I'll never let you go.
I love you so.
I love you, little girlie, and I want you to know. Well, that's why I love you so. I'll never let you go.
I never let you go.
I'll never let you go.
I never let you go.
I love you, pretty baby.
I never let you go.
I'll never let you go.
I never let you go.
I want you, pretty mama. I won't ever let you go.
I never let you go.
Well, just hold me. Don't ever let me go. I need you, baby, and I want you to know you're my tutti frutti. I'll never let you go. Hey! So I want your arms around me. I want you to know. Well, that's why I love you so. I'll never let you go.
I never let you go.
I'll never let you go.
I never let you go.
I need you, pretty baby, and I want you to know.
I never let you go.
I love you, baby. I'll never let you go.
There you go with the sound of the Richard Barrett and the Valentines there. Always great to feature the Valentines here on the Vinyltreasure Show. June 1956, that's their 5th release on the Rama record label, going out to Edmund Williams, I'll Never Let You Go. What a great sax break there with Jimmy Wright and the orchestra. Unmistakable sound, I would say. But anyway, we count down the music chronologically here on the Vinyltreasure Show. So we're going to start it off from 1951. Actually, this is a request for... Wait a minute. I get, well, this is a request for listener Joe Shakatana. I just mentioned in the chat room that Joe is not in chat tonight, so but he is tuned into the program. So he requested this tune from October 1951. The group, though, dates back to the early 1940s, recording for the Decca Folks. This is their second of 2 on Robert Weinstock's Prestige Records out of New York City, and this a quartet known as the Cabbies, and they are being accompanied by the Mercer Ellington Quartet. It features Bill Westbrook and Maggie Furman on lead from October 1951, the Cabbies on the Prestige label by request for Joe Shacatano. The song is called, wait, didn't we just play this record, Lost? Maybe not.
In the spell of love I'm lost. If it's wrong there'll be a cause. I'm willing to pay. Lost in no dream of happiness, and that dream I will possess if I may stay. Lost in a mood that is thrilling, with a heart that is willing, begging to know love, heaven's bliss meant for two. With each kiss, dear, I'd find I'd be lost without you.
Lost in a thrill that is thrilling, with a heart that is willing, I'm begging to know
Love, love, heaven's bliss meant for two. With each kiss, dear, I'd find I'd be lost without you. Yes, I'd be lost without you.
October 1951 release there for the Cabbies. The Cabbies on the Prestige record label, song entitled Lost. I was waiting for the female to come in there. She eventually did. Maggie Furman, she came in on that, and also Bill Westbrook, the lead singer on that. I have something else they do on, I have this on a 78, and I have the other one on a 78 also, which I think it only came on a 78, but this was believe it or not, this was a styrene press. These are one of those the early styrene 45s. They're actually, I prefer them than the real cheapo kind that was made like at Shelley Products out in Long Island. But that one, they don't sound that bad. Johnny G here on a Saturday evening. If you like what I'm doing, please give me a thumbs up. Always good to do that as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We stay in the year 1951 with a request for listener Gordy Freeman. And this one came out in July of 1951, and this group began recording for Columbia Records back in 1949. They have releases on other labels too, OK, on Groove, and also on Grand. And I think this one is probably their most sought after 45. They're called Chris Powell and the Five Blue Flames. Now, Powell is the band leader for the group, plays the drums, but it says on the label that the vocal chorus is by Johnny Echo. And it sounds like a gal, but it's not. His name is Johnny Leak, really is his name. I guess they didn't want to put that in. They felt they had to put Johnny Echo. But really, Johnny Leak is on lead. Now, the deep voice that comes in is that of Harold Duke Wells. You'll hear that later on. So let's go to July of 1951. This is for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. Chris Powell and the Five Blue Flames on the Columbia label. It's called My Love Has Gone. Imagine somebody typed on my YouTube wall that this was noise. Yes, they did. So there you go. We heard some noise there by Chris Powell and the Blue Flames, July 1951. It's on the Columbia record label. That is a nice hard vinyl press. That's the way Johnny G likes my 45s, on hard vinyl. But there you go, by request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. Chris Powell and the Five Blue Flames with My Love Has Gone. A very beautiful tune. As we continue, let's move to August of 1952 now with a request for Australian listener Mark Langdale. As last week I featured the flip side of this on the Mercury label by the Delta Rhythm Boys, a song called Lover Come Back to Me, and he requested actually three records by the Delta Rhythm Boys, and I only have one of them, and this is probably part of an EP set that Mercury put out. But we're going to flip the 45 over, give a listen to the flip side here. The Delta Rhythm Boys here, and I'm looking here. This is actually another cover tune. This was first done back in 1939 by the Eddie Dutchin Orchestra. And yeah, this is from that Mercury box set they put out And this is from August 52, the Delta Rhythm Boys on Mercury, going out to Mark in Australia. It's called All the Things You Are. This is from Mark Langdale.
You, who, you are.
What?
The promised kiss of springtime that makes the lonely winter seem long. You are the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song.
A wonderful song. You are the angel glow that lights a star. The dearest things I know
are what you are.
Someday,
one
day,
my happy arms will hold you and
some of these
someday I'll know that moment divine
when all the things you are mine.
All the things you are mine.
Ever-loving kiss of springtime that makes the winter seem long.
Seems like a lifetime till that old springtime comes.
You are
wonderful one,
the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song. You are the angel glow that lights the star. The dearest things I know are what you are. Someday my happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know that moment divine when all the things you are. The breathless hush of an eventide, the sweet romance of a moonlight ride. Someday I will know, I will know that moment divine when all the things you are mine.
There you go. That's going out to Mark Langdale in Australia, August 1952, released for the Delta Rhythm Boys. The Delta Rhythm Boys on the Mercury label, All the Things You Are is the name of the tune. Johnny G's All the Things Records here on a Saturday night. Hope you're enjoying the tunes as we continue here. And fill a request for Mike Sape. He wants to send this one out to Frank Cassie, Reed King, and Chuck Mitchell as we go to Philadelphia. Now, this group first recorded for the national label back in 1949, but they signed with Decca in 1950, had a bunch of great songs on the Decca label, but Mike requested their first of two on the MGM record label. It features Ollie Jones on lead. We go to May of 1953 for the Blenders. The Blenders on the MGM label by request from Mike Sape in Connecticut. He's in our YouTube chat room, going out to Frank Cassie, Reed King, and Chuck Mitchell. The Blenders with I Don't Miss You Anymore.
Oh, I don't miss you anymore, or long to kiss you anymore. When first we parted, I was broken hearted. the teardrops started, and I'll admit when day is through, night brings memories of you. Don't miss you anymore, 'cause sweetheart, I couldn't miss you more than I do. I don't miss you anymore. I don't miss you anymore, sweetheart, 'cause I couldn't miss you more than I do. More than I do.
There you go, the sound of the Blenders there. That's a great tune. I think it is. I was happy when Spence sold me that record, and not a lot of money, too, I paid for that record, but it's nice and clean. There you go. Those are the Blenders by request from Mike Sape, sending it out to Chuck Mitchell, Reed King, and Frank Cassie, May 1953. It's on the MGM record label, I Don't Miss You Anymore. That's their first of two with Ollie Jones on lead. My brother is still downstairs. He came to visit my parents for Easter, and they made some coffee downstairs, and I smell it up here. And he bought some cheesecake. I don't know if I could eat the cheesecake now. I'll eat it later, but I could go for a cup of coffee. I can do that. But let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We fill a request for listener Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room as we go to Harlem, New York. This is on Victor Allen's Allen label. And we give a listen to the 5 Willows. Actually, unfortunately, we just lost one of the members of this group, Tony Middleton. And he is, this is dual leads on this song, both Tony Middleton and Richie Davis. It's with Leroy Kirkland and the orchestra. And this is their second of 3 on the Allen label from August 1953. The 5 Willows on Allen for Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room. The song is called Dolores.
It's were meant to open. Stars were meant to shine. Doris, my darling, please say that you'll always be mine. Please be mine.
were meant to open. Well, and the stars were meant to shine. Well, and the clouds go by with gratefulness. Dear Lord, will you please be mine?
There you go, by request for Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room, August 1953. Those are the Five Willows on the Allen record label with, excuse me, Leroy Kirkland and his orchestra with Tony Middleton and Richie Davis. Dual leads on that song entitled Dolores. How about a twin spin with the Five Willows here as we move to 1954? And after they left Allen Records, they signed with Al Silver's Herald record label, and this is a request for listener Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room, and this is their first of two on the Herald record label, and this side features Richie Davis on lead. We go to July 1954, the Five Willows on the Herald label, a twin spin by the Five Willows, but for Big Dave Swinger, it's called Lay Your Head on My Shoulder.
Lay your head on my shoulder. Come a little closer, dear. Every time you are near, I have no need to fear. Lay your head on my shoulder. Squeeze me nice and tight. When I have you in my arms, everything seems right. I found as many artists, but darling, you are so kind. What's a little artist when you tell me you are mine? Lay your head on my shoulder. Cover me with all your charm. I hope and pray I'll never lose you. Stay forever in my arms. I've had many heartaches, but darling, you are so kind. But a little heartache when you tell me you are mine. Lay your head on my shoulder. Cover me with all your charm. Please say forever, forever in my arms.
That's a twin spin by the Five Willows there. That one there going out to Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room, July 1954, on the Herald record label. Lay Your Head Down on My Shoulder is the name of the tune. Got to say something here. I have to deliver a message to all of you tuned into the Vinyl Treasure Show. As you know, many of you greet my mother and ask about my mother and my family too. So my mother wrote something when I went down to eat dinner tonight. She said, "Johnny, you have to say this." I mean, if she was up here, she would say it to you. She did come up, I think, on Christmas, but she wanted me to tell you this. She wrote this. And she signed it, if you can see it. I will read it to you. It says, "Greetings to all. Thank you all for your kind and thoughtful consideration for our plight. It is truly appreciated. You are in our prayers and good wishes." You are in our prayers and good wishes for a blessed Easter, filled with a renewed hope and memories to cherish. Love, Maggie. There you go. That is my mother sending that out to you. There you go. There, she signed it. Love, Maggie. You see? So there you go. What do you got there, Mike? As my brother comes up here. So, this is my brother Michael. He's bigger than me. He's my youngest brother. Okay. Well, that's what it was left.
No, there's more if you want me.
Oh, see? He brought me my coffee, so I got to put it over here. I don't want to spill it on the... And what is this?
Little snack for you.
Thank you, Michael. Who did this? Did you do it? Or
I did that.
Oh, see? My brother brought me up some... You want some cake, folks? I got to eat it while I'm... Here it is. See? Here it is. Say hello to the folks, Michael. Did you say hello?
How you doing, everyone?
That's my brother Michael. Thank you, Michael. Is she listening downstairs?
Yes, she is.
Okay. Thank you. When you leaving? Okay. They're going to stay tuned into the program, folks. So thank you. There you go. You want some cake, folks? It's my brother brought some cheesecake here. So I don't know if I could do the show and eat cake. I could drink the coffee, though. But anyway, let's continue here on the vinyl. That was my youngest brother, folks, Michael. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and we fill a request for listener Daniel Kubacki. A couple weeks ago, I played a request for Big Dave Swinger by this group out of Cincinnati, Ohio. It was their debut single on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records called What If You. So Daniel requested the flip side of that on today's show, and the tune written by the lead singer, although it sounds like is this one sounds like a Drifters song, Charlene? Okay, she's got here, it sounds like a Drifters song. What You Gonna Do? But this was recorded, anyway, this is from January 54. It's Luther Bond and His Emeralds on the Savoy label. This is for Daniel Kubacki. It's called See What You... That doesn't even sound right, but that's what it is. See What You Done for Daniel Kubacki. That's Luther Bond and the Emeralds.
What you done done?
We're not going to do that. Oh, there you go. It sounds like What You Gonna Do.
What you done done? See what you done done? You done made me love you. Now your man done gone. You made me love. Now your man done gone. Baby, what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? I can't sleep at night. I just need you to hold me tight. I've been your fool.
love you. Now your man uncome. You made me love. Now your man uncome. Go!
As by request for Daniel Kubacki, that's the sound of Luther Bond and the Emeralds from January 1954. That's on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records. See What You've Done is the name of the tune. That is their debut single. And as I had it wrong, that record put out before the Drifters' What You Gonna Do. So maybe they stole it from Luther Bond and the Emeralds. It sure sounds like it. Took a little bit from that record and put it out on their Atlantic release. Johnny G here Saturday trying to eat some cheesecake. I am, but I will get to it as we continue here. Let's go out to the West Coast now, Los Angeles, California, to Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label. This is for Gordy Freeman. A request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. And this first, this song first came out on the Showtime record label. I don't have it. Do I have it? No, I don't have it on the Showtime. I don't know. I don't remember. But they re-recorded this song for Aladdin Records, and it's very close to the original, but it's still slightly different. And it's from November of 1954. It's their their first of two for the Aladdin record label. These are the Feathers with Johnny Staten on lead, and this is by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. The Feathers from November 54 on Aladdin. It's called Johnny Darling.
I have a girl who lives up on a hill. She's my one and only. She haunts my everywhere. I need her, I want her. Yes, she's my one desire. And she'll say, Johnny darling, don't ever go. At night when we're out walking, the moon is shine so bright, holding on together, that make everything alright. I need her, I want her. Yes, she's my one desire. And she'll say, Johnny darling, don't ever go. But when I hold her hand and look into her eyes, I get that funny feeling we almost realize. I need her, I want her. Yes, she's my one desire. And she'll say, Johnny darling, don't ever go. Well, if I had a nickel, I'd put it in a phone. I'd call you Edna darling, tell you to come on home. I need you,
want you. Yes, you're my one desire, and you say, Johnny, darling, don't ever go.
Believe me,
Johnny, darling, don't ever go.
I need you,
Johnny, darling, don't ever go.
Sounds of California here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That one there going out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room, November 1954. That's Johnny Staton and the Feathers. It's on the Aladdin record label. A resung version of Johnny Darling is the name of the tune. Let's continue here and move into 1955 with a request for listener Amnon. And this is a duet on the Groove record label. And she had, let me see here. This gal had a duet with Wait, is Oscar Black on this? No, it's not. She did have a duet with Oscar Black on the Groove label, but she also had a few solo releases, and this is a solo release where she's being backed up by the Four Students. The Four Students, were they the Qs though? Possibly, I think. Maybe the Four Students were the Qs. Possibly. But this is from November 1955. This is Sue Allen and the Four Students on the Groove record label. This is going out to listener Emnon. It's called Think of Tomorrow.
Think of tomorrow. My dreams will come true. Think of tomorrow. I'll be there with you. I'll always remember you said. Think of tomorrow. I won't be mad. Think of tomorrow when life won't be sad. Think of tomorrow.
As by request for listener Amnon there, November 1955, that's Sue Allen and the Four Students, a.k.a. the Qs. Thank you, Pete's 45 and 78 RPM collection for verifying that, and welcome to the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's Sue Allen and the Four Students on the Groove label. Think of Tomorrow is the name of the tune. Well, I take each day as it comes nowadays. You know, you have to do that. I think my parents also, well, my father might not, but my mother definitely does. But thank you all for being here. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell to get notifications. If you like what Johnny G is doing, please give me a thumbs up. It's always important. The YouTube brass, they haven't blocked a video. They did block, not last Thursday, but the Thursday before. Too many hits. I have to be careful on this platform with hits. That's the issue. But this is the third show we do of the week. I come back next Wednesday at 9 p.m. I do an all 60s soul show. So you can send me your requests at vinyltreasures@aol.com. And then we have 2 more weeks of the Relic countdown from the year 1957. Some really great records came up on last Thursday's show. And there's going to be more. I have to play. One is on a 78. So that may get me induced to pull out because I got to look for the 78, and I'm going to pull out some 78. So maybe I will swing to 78s on I think Mark in the UK wants me to play those 78s. And then I'm back again next Saturday, beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 to midnight, with a little bit of overtime as we continue here. And fill a request for Evan Blatt as we go back out to the West Coast. Now, this next group supposedly is a trio and is an offshoot of the Flares. Now, the members of this group were Arthur Lee May, Johnny Coleman, and Richard Berry. Collectively, they were known as the Rams. They have this just one release on the Bahari Brothers Flair record label from March of 55. This is for Evan Blatt, a young collector, Evan Blatt, in our YouTube chat room. The Rams on Flair. It's called Rock Bottom.
Baby's gone and left me, and I'm sad as I can be. Baby's gone and left me, and I'm sad as I can be. I'm sitting here wondering why did she leave for me? Rock bottom, rock bottom, rock bottom, blues I've got 'em. Baby's gone, I'm alone, I've hit rock bottom. Well, every night I get so lonely, I sit right down and cry. If my baby don't come back,
don't you know I surely
rock bottom, blues I've got 'em. What a drop from the top, I've hit rock bottom. Yeah, 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 yeah. Rock, 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 so low,
I just don't know what to do.
Rock bottom, blues I got 'em. Baby's gone, I'm alone. I've hit rock bottom. I've hit rock bottom. I've hit rock bottom. I've hit rock bottom.
There you go. That's by request for Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Rams. The Rams from March 1955 on the Flair record label. Rock Bottom is the name of the tune. We do not want to reach rock bottom, although I have many times here on the program with YouTube with their blocking my show. That is definitely a rock bottom. But let's continue here. We are in the year 1955. Let's fill a request for listener Tom Shaughnessy, this label out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's called Emerald Records. And I used to buy everything in the Kreider book at the time, so I would get a list from Doug Hanners. I think he was over, he used to run the Austin, Texas show. I don't know if he still does. I don't think he does. Maybe he does, but he is a Facebook friend of mine, and I used to send me a list, and I used to buy maybe at one time 400 or 500 records at a time from him. And I think I got this from him, if I'm not mistaken. It's a female lead with male backing, and there was something else on the label here. I guess they felt they had to say on the label the pressing was by RCA Records. Why they did that, I don't know. It's probably an RCA custom press. Emerald Records. This was from October 1955. Her name is Jan Andre, and the group is called the Five Crowns. And I don't think they have an affiliation with any of the other Five Crowns groups. At least I don't know. I didn't get a chance to really check Charlene's write-ups, but this is by request for Tom Shaughnessy. Tom Shaughnessy is watching Johnny G probably on the tablet tonight. But Jan Andre, and the Five Crowns on the Emerald label from October 55. It's called It's Funny to Everyone But Me for Tom Shaughnessy.
Shrug my shoulders and say, good riddance to a bad affair. But how can I do what my head tells me to, when my heart tells me how much I care? Well, it's funny, I still love you. It's the joke of the century. Yes, it's funny to everyone but me.
I should shrug my shoulders and say, good riddance to a bad affair. But let me tell you, honey, but how can I do what my head tells me to, when my heart tells me how much I care?
Well, it's funny, I still love you. It's the joke of the century. Yes, it's funny to everyone but me. Can't you see? It's funny to everyone but me.
you go. That's going out to Tom Shaughnessy in Florida. That is a Jan Andre with the Five Crowns. A good group backing her up there, I have to say. Nice group sound there in the background. October 1955 on the Emerald label. It's funny to everyone but me. Yes. Let's continue here. I'll move into 1956. And this is a surprising request for Jimmy Amato. Requested this next song, and so one day I'm watching Dick Clark's American Bandstand. It must have been what, 1966, I think, and they did I think it was a Raider record, or somebody requested something by Captain Beefheart, and I forget the group. Maybe Darren, you've heard of Captain Beefheart, and so it was on A&M Records. I have the record. So they were mentioning something about Bo Diddley, and I was like, okay, I don't know. But eventually found out that this was the song that Captain Beefheart was singing, copying, I guess. And it's a request for Jimmy Amato. I don't play a lot of Bo Diddley here on the program, but he was backed up by vocal groups, and I think he does a song called Diddly Daddy, and the Moonglows are backing him up on that. But I think, Jimmy, you said the Moonglows were backing him up on this. Now, according to Marv Goldberg, he's kind of leery on that. He thinks these are the Flamingos, because this was right around a Flamingo session with the Matrix numbers. He agrees that the Moonglows backed up Bo Diddley on Diddly Daddy, because that was they were in the studio at the time, and Bo Diddley went in to record. But he thinks maybe they're on this too. No one really knows what was going on at Chess at the time. But this is a tune written by Willie Dixon and Bo Diddley. What was his name? McDaniel was his last name, I think. Ellis McDaniel, his real name. But we know him as Bo Diddley, born in Macomb, Mississippi. This was his fourth of 33 releases on the Checker record label from February 56, going out to Jimmy Amato in our YouTube chat room. Bo Diddley on Checker with Diddy Wah Diddy.
Diddy won't do. Diddy walk, diddy, diddy walk, diddy walk, diddy walk, diddy walk, diddy walk, diddy walk, diddy. Ain't no town and it ain't no city, but oh how they love him. Diddy walk, diddy, diddy walk, diddy walk.
go. That's going out to Jimmy Amato in our YouTube chat room. That is Bo Diddley. He says the moon glows. I don't know. It's either the moon glows or the flamingos there with some of the moon glows. I don't know. Either way, a cool tune there from February 1956 on the Checker record label. Diddy Wah Diddy is the name of the tune. Johnny G diddling along here, eating his cheesecake and coffee that my brother Michael brought up to me, and relaxing to the cool. This is the only time I get to hear my 45's, folks. Hopefully you're digging on the tunes as we continue. And we fill a request for Bob Hannis in our YouTube chat room. He wants to send this one out to listeners Mike Sape in Connecticut and Charlene in Huntsville, Texas. She is in my she is my administrative assistant, and she did an excellent job helping me today. Thank you, Charlene, for doing what you did today. It was a big help for me. And this group had one release on Eddie Heller's Rainbow record label. Now, this group included Bobby Hendricks, who wrote this tune, and he was singing with the Swallows before he joined this group, and he did leads with the Swallows on the King label, but then he left to form this group, and I don't know if he's doing lead on this, but this is from August of 1956. They're called the Marquees, Marquis, the Marquees. It's on Rainbow Records, and let's see, Bob would then create, that is after. But anyway, let's go to August 1956 by request for Bob Hannis in our YouTube chat room, going out to Charlene and Mike Sape. The Marquees on Rainbow, it's called I Don't Want Your Love, the Marquees.
I don't want the rain to fall. Won't want you at all. All I know is that I don't want you. All I know is that I don't want your love. I don't want your love. Oh, no. I don't want love.
That's a cool tune there. I think Bobby Hendricks on lead there. It sounds like him. Those are the Marquees. The Marquees from August 1956 by request for Bob Hannes, going out to Charlene and Mike Sape. I Don't Want Your Love. It's on Eddie Heller's Rainbow record label. I think after this release, I think he created a group called the Flyers that recorded for the Atco record label. Then he would join the Drifters, and then all this before a big solo career that he would have. Anyway, let's. Oh no, it says. Wait. This is. Oh, wait a minute. No, it says here Charlene does have it, but she has it down at the end. So I miss it. It's got to be before. It says this is with Alphonse Brown and the Tune Toppers and Eddie Rich on lead. Oh, there you go. She had it down below. I didn't see it above. It's got to be above. There you go. Or I would have seen it there first, not after. Anyway, we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We fill a request for listener Joseph Smith, a.k.a. Oldies Fan, in our YouTube chat room. And he wanted the Drifters. The Drifters on the Atlantic record label. Of course, Bobby Hendricks was a member of the Drifters. And Dion had a big hit. Actually a bigger hit than the original version of this back, 1962 for Columbia Records. But this is the original. This is their 8th release on the Atlantic label, a tune written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller. It features Johnny Moore on lead. This charted number 10 on the R&B chart, a big number 7 record on WJR in Detroit, Michigan, from February 56, going out to Oldies Fan in our YouTube chat room. The Drifters on Atlantic with Ruby Baby. There you go. That's going out to Joseph, a.k.a. Oldies Fan, in our YouTube chat room. That's Johnny Moore and the Drifters, their 8th release on the Atlantic label, February 1956. Ruby Baby is the name of the tune. The first time I ever heard that song was on the Gus Gossard show, believe it or not. One of the first shows I tuned in to Gus Gossard. I heard it on that show. Let's stay in 1956. Fill a request for listener Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room. We go to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as we go to Woody Hinderling's Bullseye Records. I think, though, they were out of New York City, though, Bullseye Records. But this group out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, they did 2 on the Bullseye label. This is their second, a tune co-written by Jimmy Breedlove. And this features Fletcher Williams on lead. It actually mentions it on the label. This is from June 56. They're called the 4 Dots. The 4 Dots on the Bullseye label. Going out to Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room. It's called Peace of Mind for Big Dave.
Have you ever been lonely with trouble concealed inside? Have you ever wanted only to run and hide? Well, I used to worry and wonder from day to day. Now I don't worry since I got down on my knees to pray. Well, it seems he stood beside me and told me to have no fear, that he'll always be beside me when troubles appear. And if you want peace of mind, but don't know just what to do, down on your knees, he'll take the time to give you peace of mind.
There you go, by request for Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room. Those are the 4 Dots. Fletcher Williams on lead, the 4 Dots from June 1956. That's their second release on the Bullseye record label. Peace of Mind is the name of the tune. Now, Fletcher also has a solo release on the Bullseye label, I think in 1957. I do have that 45. Let's continue here. We have a couple more in 1956. Let's fill a request for Mike Sape. He wants to send this tune out to Frank Gingaro, Bob Hannis, and all loving couples is what he wants to send this one out to. As we go back out to the West Coast, to the Middletone record label, Middletone Records, Emmanuel Middletone's Middletone label. And this singer first recorded with a group called the Twigs on the Hollywood label, back that was 1954. And then he did 2 on this Middletone label. This is his second. There is an uncredited group backing him up. They were known as the 4 Winds. The 4 Winds. His name is Sonny Woods. It's with the Evelyn Roberts combo. This is from December 56 by request for Mike Sape in Connecticut, going out to Bob Hannis, Frank Gingaro, and all the loving couples out there. Sonny Woods on Middletone. It's called Living in a Dream.
When you are near, life is bright and gay.
Heaven is here. It's a lovely day. We're just a perfect pair, and we're living in a dream of love.
It's just a dream of love.
You took my heart when I first met you. I'll never start loving someone new. We're just a perfect pair, and we're living in a dream of love.
A dream of love.
I fell for you completely. True love was in the air. In all my dreams you'll greet me to show how much you care. I never knew love was so divine. Till I had you deep in this heart of mine. We're just a perfect pair, and we're living in a dream of love. We're living in a dream of
That is Sonny Woods. Sonny Woods being backed up by the uncredited 4 wins from December 1956 on the Middle Tone record label. Not an easy record to find, folks. That's a hard one there. Living in a Dream is the name of the tune. That is by request for listener Mike Sape in Connecticut. Wants to send that one out to Bob Hannes, Frank Gingaro, and all the couples out there. Well, Tony Crosby, I'll say couples instead of loving couples if you're not... if you're loathing couples, unfortunately. But anyway, let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. One more in the year 1956, and this is a request for Daniel Kubacki, who I just see entered the chat room, unless I missed you before, Daniel. And this is a flip side request from last week for Daniel, as he requested the other side of this on the Groove label by the Dappers, a great two-sided 45, a song called Unwanted Love. And the flip side, also an excellent tune. It features Larry Harrison on lead. Now, Larry previously sang lead with the Four Buddies on the Savoy label. But let's flip over this 45 before it goes back down in the No Humidity basement. May 1956, the Dappers on the Groove label. This is for Daniel. It's called That's All, That's All, That's All for Daniel.
Do 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 do.
Bow,
Do do
bow,
do do do.
bow,
Do 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 do.
bow,
Do 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 do.
bow.
Do do
Well,
do.
that's all the love I'm giving you, and all the kissing I will do. That's all I'm telling you. I'm through. That's all. That's all. That's all.
Do 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 do.
That's all the chances you will get. It's time you learn to know regret. That's all the times that I'll forget. That's all, that's all, that's all. No more are you gonna make
A doggone fool of me.
wow, 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 wow. The last time that you broke my heart
Made me
I said, lie that's all, that's all, that's all.
Do 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 do.
That's the sound of the Dappers there with Larry Harrison on lead. That's by request for Daniel Kubacki, May 1956. That's all, that's all, that's all. That's on the Groove record label. That's not all yet for the Vinyl Treasure Show here with Johnny G. So I hope you're digging on the tunes if you're new to the program. As I said, if you have not already done it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're here every Saturday from 9 p.m. till midnight Eastern Time. We'll be joining Oldies and More Radio beginning at midnight tonight as we continue. And we move into 1957 now with a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, and he wants to send this one out to Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat as we go to Harlem, New York for this group. They began recording back in 1953 for Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records. Now, other releases followed on Decca and Orbit and Cub, and this is on the Onyx label, Jerry Winston's Onyx record label, and normally known for their ballads, but this is an up-tempo tune here, and it features Ray Pollard on lead, tune co-written by Billy Dawn Smith, and who else? Can't see with these bad eyes. I got to put drops in my eyes, folks. Plus, I'm getting cataracts, but they're not ready to be removed yet. But this is with Sammy Lowe and the orchestra from November '57. These are the Wanderers on the Onyx label. By request for Indrajit, going out to Big Dave Swinger. It's called Great Jumpin' Catfish. The Wanderers.
Do 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 rocka 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 do. Great jumping catfish, baby, kiss me again. Your lovin's got me in the fix that I'm in. We go together like a fountain and wind. Great jumping catfish, baby, kiss me again. Great mooga mooga, baby, squeeze me again. Your hugging's got me in the fix that I'm in. Just like a jet plane going into a spin. I fell in love before I could count to 10. People say the fool was she to fall in love with a guy such as me. I couldn't resist my heart, so I fell in love with her right from the start. Oh, great jumping catfish, baby, kiss me again. Ooh, shoot me, kiss me until I feel the pain. If I ever lost you, tears will tumble like rain. Great jumping catfish, baby, kiss me again. Yeah, move, baby, squeeze me again. I fell in love before I could count to 10. People say a fool was she to fall in love with a guy such as me. I couldn't resist my heart, so I fell in love with her right from the start. Oh, great jumping catfish, baby, kiss me again. Ooh, shoot me, kiss me until I feel the pain. If I ever lost you, tears will tumble like rain. Great jumping catfish, baby, kiss me again. Great jumping catfish, baby, kiss me again. Great jumping catfish, baby, kiss me again.
There you go. That's by request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, sending it out to Big Dave Swinger. If you send any records out to Indrajit, he does thank you because he's over in the UK. He's not. We got two night owls over from the UK. That's Tony Crosby and East End Mark that tune into the program. But they have their I think they stay up during the night and they go to sleep during the day. That's what I'm guessing, because it's early morning time over there in the UK. But Indrajit, he does check the archive, and he does comment on my YouTube wall, and he thanks you all that dedicate songs to him. So you do that, and he, in return, he wants to send songs out to you. That's what's been happening here, and actually they're pretty cool, I have to say. I am really impressed with the listeners here, but they are, many of you that are tuned into the program are experienced collectors, so therefore they know these great songs, and others are just learning about the music, and they haven't been exposed to it, but they're finding out about the music, because I do turn back requests. If I don't think it's warranted here for the show, I won't play it, because I don't want to lose listeners. And if you're really listening to this music, these are things that Johnny G likes also. So, and plus they're in my collection, so that's how it goes. But anyway, there you go. The Great Wanderers, the great sound of Ray Pollard, November 57. That's by request for Injured, going out to Big Dave Swinger, Great Jumpin' Catfish on the Onyx label, one of the thousands of labels that your host Johnny G collects, as we continue here on this Easter Eve, I guess, or this Good Saturday. And let's fill this request for Australian listener Mark Langdale as we go to Washington, D.C. for this group. This is their debut single, came out on the ABC Paramount record label, and it's arranged by Don Costa, which is interesting. But they would later on have two releases on the Bell label. They have a good Christmas record. Let Christmas Ring, I think, is the one they do on the Bell label in 1958. But this one came out in November of 57. You don't have the lead singer here, Charlene. I had the lead singer. And I think his name is Ruthie, I think, but it's not here on this. November 57, the Cool Breezers on the ABC Paramount label for Mark Langdale in Australia. The song is called My Brother, for Mark.
My brother, I love you through and through, but you ruined my life when you took my wife. My brother, how could you? My brother, my brother, my brother, why didn't you pick another? Yes, all that I cherish now has passed. My brother, how could you? Yes, you think her love will keep, but to me she will return someday, and you weep, my brother, my brother, my brother. Why didn't you pick another? Yes, all that I cherish now has perished. My brother, how could
There you go. That's going out to Mark Langdale over in Australia. Those are the Cool Breezers. The Cool Breezers, that's their debut single. It features Joe Ruth. Joe Ruth on lead. November 1957 on ABC Paramount Records. My Brother is the name of the tune. Actually, if you were on earlier, you saw my brother Michael bring me. I haven't finished the pieces of cake yet. Cheesecake that he brought with him from New Jersey. So I still have a little bit of the coffee left. So I'm sorry. I would have brought you a piece, but I don't know how would I get it to you, Brian, over in Wisconsin. But anyway, let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We are now in the year 1957, and let's go to this group from Atlanta, Georgia. It's a request for Mike Sape in Connecticut. He wants to send it out to Johnny G, your DJ, and all the chatters in the YouTube chat room. And this group first recorded for the Mercury label back in 1954, but then they signed with Al Silver's Herald label, and they had, Al Silver's Herald label, and they had, wait a minute, yes, they were known as the Cashmeres, okay? This group first recorded as the Cashmeres. Now, they broke up after their release on the Herald label. It was called Little Dream Girl, and they disbanded. So Al Silver released another one of their recordings and changed the name of the group, called them the Marktones. So in reality, these are the Cashmeres. Doesn't say that here, Charlene. But anyway, this is from August 1957. The Cashmeres, the AKA on this Ember release, they're called the Marktones. And it features Grover Mitchell on lead by request for Mike Sape, going out to all you chatters out there, and Johnny G. It's called Talk It Over, the Marktones on the Ember label.
Talk it over, talk it over, can't we talk it over again? Tell me why must we part? You know I love you with all my heart. If you leave me, that would be the end. Can't we talk it over again? Well, if we don't soon get together, I know I'll lose my mind. Well, if you love me, please try me one more time. Hey, you know I'm missing all your kissing. I miss your hugging and your good loving. Tell me, baby, I don't mean maybe. Can't we talk it over again? Well, you know I'm missing all your kissing. I miss your hugging and your good loving. Tell me, baby, I don't mean maybe. Can we talk it over again? Can we talk it over again? Can we talk it over again?
There you go. That's for Mike Sape. Request for Mike Sape, sending it out to Johnny G and all the chatters. August 57, the Marktones, a.k.a. the Cashmeres. It's on Al Silver's Ember Records. Talk It Over. They've already broke up, and he put that out. And yes, Big Dave, I heard those edits. There were a couple in there. They kind of tried to splice it together. That's what I heard. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday evening. Again, if you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it. Nobody does what Johnny G does. Plus, I interject all my collectors' experiences. All the dealers, and unfortunately, many of them has since passed away, and even collector friends, unfortunately, that have passed away. We are no longer young collectors anymore. As this aging process, if there was a way to slow it down, well, but music keeps you young. Yes, it does. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's fill a request for listener Edmund Williams, and I wanted to tell you something about this record here, but we're going to go out to the West Coast to Gene Norman's Whip It label for a group called The Robins. This tune written by Ed Townsend. Now, you know Ed Townsend. He had a big hit with For Your Love on the Capitol label. That was in 1958. But this is the group's fourth of 7 on the Whip It label. These are the Robins with Grady Chapman on lead. Now, I think I played this record on the 1957 survey, and it is not a bad-looking copy, but it sounded horrible. I mean, really horrible. So I said today, well, let me play this with the 78 needle. And it's kind of weird because, it is a really, the grainy presses with the bumps on them. That's what it is. So this record came out in April of 57. It's on Whip It Records, because normally the Whip It Records play well. I mean, my other ones by them do, but this one did not. So let me play it with the 45 needle, and you can hear just a little bit because it sounds horrible. And then I'll put the 78 needle on. It sounds so much different. These are the Robins, Grady Chapman and the Robins from April 57, their fourth release on the Whip It label for Edmund Williams. It's called A Fool in Love. Listen to it a little bit with the 45 needle. Here.
A fool in love, that's what I am.
Okay.
A fool in love.
Okay, so now let's take off the 45 needle and put the 78 needle on. And let's see what here's what it sounds like. Here is the 78 version needle.
A fool in love, that's what I am. A fool in love, I'll always be. I must be blind to think you're mine when all the time you're teasing me. Sure you love me, I wouldn't be a fool in love. A fool in love, that's what I am. A fool in love, a fool in love who keeps believing you'll change your mind and turn to me. Until you do, I'll keep on wanting you
so much better with the 78 needle. So I don't know what happens. You know, it's got a wider tip, so it's on top of the groove versus the smaller needle, and that is a 45 needle that I've been using. And I wire my shell heads are wired for mono, so you're not getting a stereo sound, you're getting a mono sound, and these are mono styli. So, but that is a 78 styli there, and of course, if you're not using 3 grams, you're not going to gouge the record. It's like, although sometimes. Well, I keep it like not quite, almost 2 grams, a little less than 2 grams on the 45s is what I do, because you can't make it too light because the needle doesn't go into the groove on some of the tighter records, like those early Ramas. They're too tight, so the sound quality is not good if it's floating up on top, and sometimes it doesn't catch right, and you can sometimes hear it. It's not a clear sound. But anyway, there you go. That's a great record there, April 1957 for Edmund Williams. That's Grady Chapman and the Robins on the Whip It label with A Fool in Love. As we continue here, let's fill a request with a B-side from last week for listener Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room, as I played a request for Matey Campboy by the Dell Vikings on the Mercury label. She requested their version of You Cheated, Mercury, which featured Crip Johnson on lead, and this great group out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, first recording for the Phoebe record label. I played I played 2 versions of When I Come Home, and the Phoebe one on the Thursday afternoon show. Great guitar riff in there that they cut out of the Dot release, unfortunately. But they were with Mercury Records at this time. Of course, the group was at one time split. There was the Crip Johnson was over at Phoebe, and all the miners were over at Mercury. But then at the end, they all got together again. And we heard last week You Cheated. That was a request from Matey Campboy. Let's give a listen to the flip side, as requested by Daryl Letts. This song, co-written by David Clowney, a.k.a. Dave Baby Cortez. It features Norman Wright on lead from July 1958 now for Daryl Letts, the Dell Vikings on Mercury. It's called Pretty Little Things Called Girls. This is for Daryl.
Well, you kiss them once, you gotta kiss them twice. Small girls, they were lipstick, perfume, and real tight skirts. Small girls, if you say hello, they call you a bird. Pretty little things called girls. Pretty little things called girls. Oh boy! Pretty little things called girls. Holy cow! Pretty little things called girls. Ooh, wow! They're down at the hop, drinking soda pop. Pretty little things called girls. Well, they're rocking and rolling and they're doing the bop. Pretty little things called girls. Pretty little things called girls. Oh boy! Pretty little things called girls. Holy cow! Pretty little things called girls. Ooh, wow! They all so sweet, but they sometimes mean. They make it up to you by being a dream. They wear lipstick, perfume, and real tight skirts. If you say hello, they call you a flirt. Pretty little things called girls. Pretty little things called girls. What? Pretty little things called girls. Pretty little things called girls. Ooh, wow! Little girl.
As July 1958, those are the Dell Vikings. That's Norman Wright on lead. The Dell Vikings on the Mercury label. Pretty Little Things Called Girls. going out to Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. Let's continue here. We stay in 1958. Fill a request for Ronnie Sherman, and a member of the Dell Vikings was this singer by the name of Gus Backus, and I think he was with them when they were stationed in the Air Force Base. Was it in Pittsburgh, I think? And he did lead on a number of their tunes. Let me see. He did lead on Cool Shake, Jitterbug Mary, and then he was a member of the group for about 7 months, and then he was stationed or transferred out to Germany. And in June of 1958, while on leave, he traveled back to the U.S. so he could record this tune on Joe Carlton's Carlton label. It's a song he wrote, and it's a request for listener Ronnie Sherman. Let's go to June of 1958. This is for listener Ronnie Sherman. This is Gus Backus. Gus Backus previously sang a lead on some of the Dell Vikings tunes. Here is a solo effort by him on the Carlton label. It's called You Can't Go It Alone for Ronnie Sherman.
You kiss her goodnight on her doorstep, then you walk home alone to the park, and there in your room by your window you think of her there in the dark. If you can't go it alone, don't leave her, my friend. You're in love. You're in love. You're in love. You're in love. They say this is only a young love, and as time passes by, it will go. But every new day that you share, your feelings continue to grow. If you can't go it alone, don't leave her, my friend. You're in love. You're in love. You're in love. If she makes you happy, what more can you ask for? All that one man really needs is to know in his heart he's sure. In later days when you're older and she comes and she sits by your side, you'll know to yourself what I'm saying. You'll know then that you're satisfied, 'cause you can't go it alone. Don't leave her, my friend. You're in love. You're in love.
As by request for Ronnie Sherman. I like that record. A great two-sided 45. The flip side is an up-tempo called, is it Your Chick or My Chick Is Fine? It's a cool up-tempo side. My Chick Is Fine is the other side. But there you go. Thanks for requesting that one, Ronnie Sherman. That's Gus Backus. Gus Backus, previously a member of the Dell Vikings. That's June 58, Joe Carlton's Carlton record label. You Can't Go It Alone is the name of the tune. Now, after he finished his service he relocated to Germany, where he had a couple of releases on the Phonograph label in 1961. I forget, he had kind of like a small hit here in the U.S. on that Phonograph label in 61. But anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. We are in the year 1958. Let's fill a request for listener Amnon. And this is on J.D. Miller's Zinn record label out of Crowley, Louisiana. And this singer was known as, I think on other releases, Little Henry, or also Little Clem, or Little Henry Clement. But he was being backed up by a group called the Dewdrops. Now, this 45 issued on Henry Clement's, no, well, this 45 is issued as Henry Clement. That's how I have it. And, I should say this one comes out two ways. Comes out as Henry Clement and the Dewdrops and just Henry Clement. And that's how I have it. This one, I think it was pressed by RCA Records. This is by request for Amnon, 1958 on the Zinn label. Henry Clement with I'm So in Love with You for Amnon. That is a New Orleans sound, if I ever heard one. That's Henry Clement there, by request for listener Amnon, 1958 release. It's on the Zinn, Z-Y-N-N Records. It's called I'm So in Love with You. We are in the year 1958. Let's fill a request for listener Adrian Viterbo, listening in Mexico, as I really like this 45. Now, this first came out on George Goldner's Mark Records out of New York City. I have that record on the Mark label, and I was running out of time because I had a very difficult last few days of the week, and I said, well, let me grab this copy on end, which is the cleanest of my copies, by the way, as this comes out three ways, this record. But it first came out on the Mark record label. Then George Goldner put it out on his N label, and for the first way came out as the Tune Masters. The second way on the N label, which is the one I'm playing right now, came out as Willie Wilson and the Tune Masters. And then there is one more, which comes out as a Willie Wilson and Arlene Smith for the flip side. But Not on this side that I'm featuring. But this is from January of 58 for Adrian Viterbo, Willie Wilson, and the Tune Masters on N Records. It's called Sending You This Letter. This is for Adrian.
Oh, such a pain, such a pain, sending you this letter, sending you this letter is such a pain, for I know I was to blame because I played a losing game. To tell you how I feel, can't reach you by phone. This letter I will see in my heart. Now I can reveal, for I know how bad it feels. That's why I'm writing this letter to you. Oh, I need you. I want to. Oh, I can't go on. This pain in my heart. Come back to me. We'll make a brand new start. This love in my heart should never keep us apart. That's why I'm writing this letter to you. Sending you this letter to tell you how I feel. Can't reach you by phone. This letter I will see.
As Johnny G gets caught here. Yes, I do. There you go. That's a great. Thank you for requesting that, Adrian. That is an excellent tune. Always love that record there by Willie. Well, I lost my place. Willie Wilson and the Tune Masters. He co-wrote that tune. Featured it on George Goldner's End Records. It came out in January of 1958. I think the Mark record came out later in 1957 because I think it made the 1957 survey that I've been doing on Thursday afternoons. But that's Willie Wilson and the Tune Masters going out to Adrian in Mexico, sending you this letter. You can send Johnny G a letter. You can email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. You can send me your requests. I like to get them before Wednesday evening. I'll give you till Wednesday evening to prepare for the show. I was looking for records today, but I had trouble. I have an elderly father that is sometimes problematic. We're working through it here, and he is perfectly healthy in body, but not in mind. So sometimes it's very difficult dealing with the elderly parents. But me and my mother are taking care of it there, and we took him to the doctor, and all is well. Have to get him some meds, but he is sometimes problematic, and sometimes takes me. I almost didn't do the show on Thursday afternoon. This is the third show of the week that I do, folks. I'm here on Wednesday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I do an all 60s soul request show. It's not all requests, but records out of my collection and all on originals. And I do that Wednesday evening. We also broadcast simultaneously on Oldies and More Radio. And then I'm back on the afternoon on Thursdays. And for the last a few months, I've been doing the 1957 Relic Countdown. As voted by collectors back in 1997. I think I've been I started at number 521. We're like in the 70s now. And I think I got 2 more weeks to go with that. And then I'll do something else Maybe I'll pull out some 78s. I've been getting some ideas from some of the listeners. They were emailing me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. And then this is the big show, the Saturday night show with all requests. Thank you all for being here and being part of the show. And I hope you would subscribe if you have not done so. And click the bell so you receive the notifications. I used to test 45's like at 1 o'clock in the morning. I used to get a box and just play them. And people would listen to them and say, oh, that sounds good. You should put that on. And I would only play little excerpts. Of course, the copyright police would be out after me for that. But anyway, let us continue here. We count down the music chronologically here on Saturday night. We began in 1951. Here we are in 1958. And we go to Philadelphia here with this request for Oldies fan in our YouTube chat. His name is Joseph. And being a record collector nowadays can sometimes put you in the poorhouse. That is for sure. And that's how it relates to this record by the Silhouettes. They had a monster hit called Get a Job. I played that Thursday afternoon on the Junior label, but would get picked up by Ember Records. This is the follow-up to Get a Job, and it features the bass of the group, Raymond Edwards. He's on lead. This is their second of 3 on Al Silver's Ember Records from March 58. The Silhouettes on Ember for Oldies fan. It's called Headin' for the Poorhouse.
Yip, 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 bop, yip, 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 bop, yip, 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 bop, yip.
Well, look here, baby, tell me what we gonna do. Seem like me and money are through. The last little silver we spent in town, cause all of my money hasn't really turned brown. Cause
we're heading for the poorhouse, baby. Just strange as it may sound.
But we're heading for the poorhouse, cause all my money turned brown.
Yip, 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 bop, yip, 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 yip.
Well, I remember, baby, long time ago, had so much money it was laying on the floor. We had a Pontiac car and was way up on top. But things has changed, we really got to stop because we're
heading for the poorhouse, baby. Just strange as it may sound.
We're heading for the poorhouse, cause all my money turned brown.
Yip, 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 bop, yip.
It may seem strange, but facts is facts. I spent all my money, now we're both flat. I never should have spent my money so fast. So come on, baby, we may as well pack. Cause we're
heading for the poorhouse, baby. Just strange as it may sound.
But we're heading for the poorhouse, but all my money turned brown.
Yip, 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 bop, yip, 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 bop, yip, 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 bop, yip, 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 bop, yip, 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 bop.
There you go. That's going out to Joseph, a.k.a. Oldies fan there. That's the sound of the Silhouettes there, featuring the bass of the group. His name is Raymond Edwards, March 1958. It's on Ember Records. Heading for the Poorhouse is the name of the tune. I don't know if Dick Clark promoted that one as much as he did with Get a Job. Is it... No, because he doesn't get I don't see Wildcat Publishing on here. You see, it was funny. Dick Clark, he always wanted a piece of the action. He was really sly when he did this. Of course, Alan Freed took the fall for everybody, but he would have pressing plants, and he owned labels, and he would play them on his show, and he was on every day. So I think, I don't know, the House, the Congress they investigated him in 1960. They listened to every record that he played and they wrote it down, and they looked at all the publishing and whatnot, and they told him, they said, look, you gotta take your pick. You can't own you can't own a publishing, you cannot own a record pressing plant, and you can't own a label and then play it on national television and make it a hit. You got to either stay in entertainment or get. Now, Tony Mammarella was the producer of American Bandstand. He said, I'm going to go to Chancellor Records. Of course, Chancellor Records, after Fabian or whoever, they went out of business. They were bankrupt. But Dick Clark continued. He did well, and he did well with American Bandstand. It was a very popular show, first nationally in 1957, but you were in Philadelphia earlier. It was Bob Horn, I think, that first started back in 1952. But I'm always interested in the Raider Records and those labels, because Dick Clark all had his buddies that would send them the records, and he would push them on his show. Enough of my babbling here. Let's continue. And we are in 1958. We go back to Philadelphia and fill a request for listener Matey Campoy, my number one California listener, and this group called the Ivy Tones, and the lead singer, his name was John Ivy, and this is on I forget the guy's name who owned this, the Red Top record label. This is from May of 58. This is for Matey Campoy, the Ivy Tones on Red Top. The song is called Each Time for Matey. There you go. That's going out to Matey Campoy there. The sound of the Ivy Tones. The Ivy Tones from May 1958. Song entitled Each Time. That one there on the Red Top record label. In 1959, they recorded as the Corvettes on the Shure and the Value labels. Let's continue here on Vinyl Treasures and fill a request for listener Edmund Williams. Actually, this is a B-side by this group from Harlem, New York. This is their fourth of 7 on George Goldner's Gone record record label. This song co-written by Hiram Johnson, and this is the flip side of Be Sure My Love. Of course, the big hit for this group was, I think, Could This Be Magic was their biggest hit, but this side features a Cleveland Still on lead. This is from May of 58. These are the dubs on Gone Records. This is for Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. It's called Song in My Heart for Edmund.
There's a song in my heart that keeps singing, bells keep ringing when I'm with you. Whoa, 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 yes I feel so fine all the time, I'm mine when I'm with you. Each night how I pray for someone like you. Now that my prayers are answered, darling, I love you. There's a song in my heart that keeps singing, bells keep ringing when I'm with you. There's a song in my heart that keeps singing, bells keep ringing when I'm with you. Someone like you, and now that my prayers are answered, darling, I love you. There's a song in my heart that keeps singing, bells keep ringing when I'm with you. I'm with you.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. Those are the dubs, not with Richard Blandon. Cleveland Stills. Is it Still or Stills? I don't know if there is an S there, Charlene. You got to double check. That's the flip side of Be Sure My Love from May 58. The dubs on Gone Records, their fourth release on the Gone label. Song in My Heart is the name of the tune. Johnny G here, playing the songs of my records out of my collection. I got a big collection. I got about 150,000 45s and probably maybe almost, I don't know, maybe 1,500 or 2,078, something like that. Really haven't counted. I got so many around here that I got to go through, and I don't even know what I have on the 78 collection, but I do have some good ones, I can tell you that. But let's continue here with a request. Kind of interesting. We just heard the Ivy, no, actually a few records ago, we just heard the Ivy Tones. Well, how about a group called the Ivies? The Ivies, and this is for listener Joe Shacatano. He couldn't come into the chat room tonight because his PC is infected again. He's got like these pop-ups, I think, that come up, and it blocks the view of the chat room, so he can't see it. So I don't know maybe he's using his phone tonight. I don't know, but he is tuned into the program. But let's go to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for. Well, this is interesting because this group is called the Ivies, as I mentioned, but Charlene has here that the DJ copies of this say Ivies and the stock copies say the Four Ivies. I wonder what caused that. I'm not sure. But this is on the Coed record label. Of course, those of you that know the Crests or Johnny Maestro, they recorded on the Coed label. Probably the biggest. Adam Wade, I think, had some big pop hits too, but and the Duprees. The two top artists on Coed were the Crests and the Duprees, I'd have to say. So this is this is not a common record. The Ivies is the way I have it. It's the group's only release, written by group members. Well, written by the group. Those are the group members, Charlene. And this is from September '59. the Ivies for Joe Shacatano on the Joe Shacatano label. No, on the co-ed label. It's called Lost Without You for Joe Shacatano, the Ivies.
All I want, all I want, all I want is you. All I need, all I need, all I need is you. If you would be my darling, the whole world could be mine. Just say you'll be my darling. No true love would I find. All I want, all I want, all I want is you. All I need, all I need, all I need is you. I wait for you forever until you say you're mine. I love you forever. No true love would I find. All I want, all I want, all I want is you. All I need, all I need, all I need is you. All I want and need is you.
There you go. That's going out to Joe Shacatano. He loves the ballads. Those are the Ivies from September 59. If you have the stock copy, supposedly it says the 4 Ivies. It's on co-ed records there. Lost Without You is the name of the tune. We are in the year 1959, and we fill a request for listener Tom Shaughnessy. Now, I recently added this record to the collection. I had this song on the Wand label as done by a gal called Betty Watts, but Charlene didn't fix this one here, but with Betty Watts, okay, came out in 1960, but originally this record came out in 1959. This group out of Hamden, Connecticut, or I should say the record label's out of Hamden, Connecticut, and I think the group was out of Hamden, Connecticut. They are Betty Watts and the Watts, although on the Wand label it just comes out as Betty Watts, I think with an E. I'll show it to you. I didn't get a chance to do it, but the tune is written by her father, Erskine's Choice Watts, who owned a record shop in New Haven, Connecticut. It was called Cool Pops or Cool Pop, I don't know. Then this record again was released in 1960 on the Wand label, and this is from 59. This is the original. Betty Watts and the Watts on the Elgin label. It's called Do Me a Favor, and this is by request for Tom Shaughnessy.
Do me a favor, give me a smile, just let me see you once in a while, because I need you, oh how I need you, you know I do.
you go. There you go. That just a new entry into the Johnny G vinyl collection there. That's Betty Watts and the Watts from 1959 on the Elgin record label, called Do Me a Favor. And the flip side, her sister sings on the flip side, but the Juan release still mentions Betty Watts. That was a confusing thing for Charlene, I think, originally when I had that record only on the Juan label. But anyway, let's continue here on. That's for Tom Shaughnessy, by the way. Thank you, Tom, for that request. Let's continue here. Let's fill a request for listener Emnon. This is on a label out of Charleston, West Virginia. I think the group might have been out of Charleston, West Virginia, too. They're called the Jades. The label's called Nauvoo, N-A-U-V-O-O. Steve in Arizona. Didn't we talk about this record one time before? The tune written by the lead singer, his name is Ron Brooks. And actually, this label is out of, we'll see, Charlene's got it later, out of Portsmouth, Ohio, Nauvoo Records. It's from July 59, going out to listener Emnon. The Jades on Nauvoo. It's called Hey Little Girl. This is for Emnon. That's for Amnon. The sound of the Jades. The Jades, Ron Brooks on lead. He also wrote the tune. That's July 1959. It's on Nauvoo Records. Hey Little Girl, a record that Jerry Diaz sold me. His prices were high. Although when I first bought records from him, I'm going way back now, his wife used to be an actress on General Hospital, and he used to he was an actor doing plays out in California, I think. But he was also a record collector, or so be it that he was a record collector. People kind of questioned it. I don't think he's doing that well health-wise now, unfortunately. But I bought a lot of records from Jerry through the years. He was expensive. And but I did get some good bargains from him on some of the records. Anyway, Johnny G babbles on here. Let's continue here. We stay in 1959 with a flip side request for listener Darrell Letts. Last week I featured a song for listener Juan Campoy. He requested the Bobettes, a girl group out of Harlem, New York, the Bobettes, with a song called You Are My Sweetheart. That was their 5th of 6 on the Atlantic label. And Daryl requested the flip side of the record. This is from, and this is sort of an unusual record for them because it's not novelty based. This is why what I consider a serious record by them. And so both sides are excellent in my opinion. So let's give this one a spin from May 1959. This is the flip side of You Are My Sweetheart. It's called Don't Say Goodnight. This is for Daryl Letts, the Bobettes, on the Atlantic label, Don't Say Goodnight.
Don't say good night. Please don't say good night. Let me kiss you once more tonight. Hold me tight. Just hold me tight. Say you love me, but don't say goodnight. I love you so. I love you so. Stay in my arms. Please don't go. Hold me close. With all of your might. Say you love me, but don't say goodnight. I love you so. I love you so. Stay in my arms. Please don't go. Hold me close. With all of your might. Say you love me, but don't say good night.
There you go. That's going out to listener Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. That is a serious 45, we can call it, by the Bobettes. It's not like Mr. Lee, although I do like Look at the Stars. I do like that, but they really had, Speedy and all those kind of novelty tunes there. I mean, they're okay. They're not my favorite, but they're okay. But I like that ballad there. Those are the Bobettes for Daryl Letts, May 1959 on the Atlantic label. That's their 5th of 6 on Atlantic with Don't Say Goodnight. Johnny G not saying goodnight here. We're almost into the 1960s here, but we got one more from 1959 as we fill a request for listener Ronnie Sherman. This group from Everett, I should say, can't see, Everett, Washington, and it's their lone release that came out on Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label, written by group members Chuck Markowitz and Larry Nelson, now, who would later, by the way, form their own label called Night Owl Records, but this group is called the Shades. And I normally feature Dear Lori, which is the flip side of this. But this is from April 59. The Shades on the Aladdin record label. This is for listener Ronnie Sherman. It's called One Touch of Heaven. This is for Ronnie Sherman, The Shades.
Time when I loved you, dear. Now I know that time is through, for these words will never darling, as you know, the angels in heaven have conquered my soul. They know I loved you, and it was true.
One touch of heaven, oh no. One touch of heaven, oh no.
You never loved me, dear. My life on earth was blue. Now I'm in heaven, dear, watching over you.
One touch of heaven, oh no. One touch of heaven, oh no.
There was a time, dear, when I loved you. Now I know that time is through. For these words will never, ever reach you.
One touch of heaven, oh no. One touch of heaven, oh no. One touch of heaven.
That's by request for listener Ronnie Sherman. Those are the Shades. The Shades on the Latin record label. It's a rare 45 from April 59. It's called One Touch of Heaven is the name of the tune. Let's move into 1960 now with this request for Timothy in our YouTube chat. As this group, they hail from Bayonne, New Jersey. They are best known for their debut single, which came out on Bob Shad's Shad label, a song called Darling, Darling Lorraine, which came out in 1959. But this is their follow-up, co-written by group member Eddie, can't see here, Prente. And this is, I think this is the B-side. I think the A-side of this was called Rich Boy, Poor Boy. But this, I think, is the B-side from May of 1960. Let's give a listen to the Knockouts. The Knockouts on the Shad label for Timothy in our YouTube chat room. It's called Please Be Mine. This is for Timothy.
Please be mine, oh, forever and ever, oh, till the end of time, oh, I love only you, oh, 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 yay, 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 please be mine, oh, forever and ever, oh, my love will never die, oh,
you go. That's going out to Timothy. Those are the Knockouts. I think they were a trio. I don't think they were a quartet. I think they were a trio. May 1960. That's their second release on Bob Shad's Shad label. Please Be Mine is the name of the tune. They have other releases. I have them on MGM, and I also have them on the Tribute label. And Charlene has Scepter. I don't know if I have them on the Scepter label. I have to check. But anyway, we continue here, and let's go to this request for Jimmy Amato in our YouTube chat room. As this group, they are from Alexandria, Virginia, and that's really all I know about them. They're called Terry Hull and the Starfires, and the lead singer here and the bass co-wrote this song on Richard L. Obitt's staff label, STAFF. Now, this is the B-side, which is a ballad. The A-side is actually a cool up-tempo side. But I do like both sides. Jimmy was like, Johnny, this is a teen record. Well, it's actually, there are girls in the background that you'll hear. It is sort of like a teen thing, but this is from May of 1960. And let me see. Other members of this group were Bobby Hamilton. He's on guitar. That's definitely not the Bobby Hamilton that did Crazy Eyes for You. Tony Winkler on piano. Gene Snyder on drums. Paul Breyer on saxophone, and was also the arranger. But they're girls on this. From May 1960 for Jimmy Amato, Terry Hull and the Starfires. It's called Meant to Be for Jimmy.
Girl, hey, oh, my life's destiny. Oh, meant to be. Oh, our love was meant to be, to last for eternity. It was meant to be.
There you go. That's for Jimmy Amato there. That's Terry Hull and the Starfires. It came out in May of 1960. It's on the Staff record label, this group out of Alexandria, Virginia. Song entitled Meant to Me. Well, you meet Johnny G here. We're almost in Vinyltreasure overtime here. Again, if you're new to the program, don't forget, if you have not already done so, to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, you can send me your requests at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Been taking 2 requests, sometimes 3. Some people push it a little bit, but it's better that I have a selection to pick from. It makes it easier for me to find the records. I had to look for this one, Jimmy. I had to look in a few boxes for that one. But anyway, we continue here. Let's fill a flip side request for Daryl Letts. I featured this group out of Los Angeles, California last week for Mike Sape. requested the Upfronts with Married Jive. It was on Lummy Fowler's Lumtone record label. We're going to hear the flip side of this, actually, because Daryl Letts requested it. And it features Bobby Relf on lead. And, of course, Bobby Relf, he was a member of the Laurels and also of the Crescendos. This is from October 1960. It's the group's second release on the Lumtone label. And Lumtone pretty cool because similar to what Fortune did, they used different label colors like red and orange and blue and white and pink on all their releases, and black. So for that, I Stopped the Duke of Earl, which is a rare 45 on that label. But this is from October 1960. This is for Daryl Letts, the Upfronts on Lumtone. It's called Too Far to Turn Around. This is for Daryl Letts.
You're glad that I am a leaving. I'm leaving. Turn on my face, I'm wearing a frown. Oh, but when your thoughts start falling, I'll be too far to turn around. I beg not to hurt me. Oh, but you don't love me. You don't love and need me around. Yeah, but when your heart, yeah, is gonna pain, I'll be too far to turn around. You don't ever think of the future. And I know you feel so good to be free. Oh, well, but sometimes my heart, yeah, is gonna tremble, 'cause you made a fool of me, and so I'll be on my way. Oh, my heart is tied and bound. Yes, and I'm gonna hear your little soft voice. Well, deep down, yes, within me, but I'll be too far to turn around.
That's going out to Daryl Letts, sound of Los Angeles, California, the Upfronts. That's Bobby Relf on lead with the Upfronts, October 1960. That's their second release on the Lumtone record label. Too Far to Turn Around is the name of the tune. That's for Daryl Letts. Greg Surik sold me that 45. I tell you, Greg Surik sold me a lot of records in my collection. I can't believe he's gone, though. He passed away. Year older than me, and a collector like your host, Johnny G. I knew Greg going back to the early 1980s when I met him at a record show in White Plains, New York, and then he worked for Louis Silvani for a number of years. He used to manage, I think, his warehouse. He would pull the records out, and when Louis had a store, eventually, when Louis had the store in Dobbs Ferry, I would go there on Thursday nights. I was working for a company called Transamerica Leasing. I was a manager of reefer accounting there, and I would go to that store before it closed, before Glenn closed it, and Greg would come in, and there would be other guys there to pick up their records, and I already paid Glenn the cash, so then I met Greg, and he would sell me some records there at 2. It was kind of like a cool meeting place, but he is now unfortunately passed away, but he gave me a lot of records here. I always remember Greg. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, let's fill a request for Timothy in our YouTube chat. Let's go to Syracuse, New York for a female lead with male backing. Now, this group first recorded on the Dandy Dan label in 1958. Her name was Jan Parola, and she teamed up with her group called the Teen Tones, and their first release came out on the Dandy Dan label, but then it was they changed their name to Little Jan and the Radiance. Their first release came out on the Vin label, a song called If You Love Me. This was their second release, which came out on the New York City-based Clock label. Of course, Clock Records, probably best known for an instrumental hit as done by Dave Baby Cortez, if you're familiar with the Happy Organ. But let's go to August of 1960 for Jan and the Radiance. Jan and the Radiance. It features Jan Parola on lead. This is for Timothy. It's called Now Is the Hour for Timothy.
Now is the hour.
There you go. That's going out to Timothy in our YouTube chat room. That's Jan and the Radiance from August 1960. That is Jan Parola. She's the lead singer. Came out on the Clock record label. Now Is the Hour is the name of the tune, as we bring in the Oldies and More radio network here to Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show, as we are here beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, and at 12 midnight with the overtime we join Oldies and More radio. So thank you all for being here. We count down the music chronologically. We are in the year 1961 now, as we fill a request for Texas listener Jim Lampley. This group out of Kiski Valley, Pittsburgh. Where is Kiski Valley in Pittsburgh? I don't know where that is. They first recorded for the Brent label back in 1960. They followed it up with this release on Walter Meyer's Matador Records, which was located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They're called the Chaps, CHPS, the Chaps from May 61. It's on the Matador label. This is for Jim Lampley in Texas. It's called They'll Never Be. The Chaps for Jim.
So heavenly, there'll never be another you. You bring my happiness, you in my loneliness.
Sounds of Pittsburgh here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We are in overtime now. Those are the Chaps on the Matador record label from May 61. They'll Never Be. It's a pretty nice song, I'd have to say. Nice ballad there. They would also record as the Four Chaps on the Cohen C record label in 1965. You would hear them on my 60s show on Wednesday evenings right here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on YouTube with the visual. Let's stay in 1961. We fill a request for listener Mike Sape. He wants to send this one out to Jimmy Amato in our YouTube chat room, and also listener Joe Shacatano, who is not in our YouTube chat room but tuned in to the program as we head back out to the West Coast. A very rare 45. I think Mike Noriega sold me this 45 on Jim Lee's Monogram record label. Do you know who had the big hits on the Monogram label? Someone by the name of Chris Montez. You may be familiar with a song called Let's Dance. Well, that was on this label, Monogram Records, but this is probably the rarest record on the label, and this is the sound of East LA. Johnny G loves the sound of East LA, and this group is called the Citadels. The Citadels from November 1961, going out to by request for Mike Sape in Connecticut, sending it to Joe Shacatano and Jimmy Amato. The Citadels on Monogram. It's called Let's Fall in Love.
Let's fall in love. Let's fall in love. Hey, girl, you with the pretty red hair.
45's here on a Saturday evening on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That's for Mike Sape, sending it out to Jimmy Amato and Joe Shacatano. They're called the Citadels. The Citadels from November 61 on the Monogram label. Let's Fall in Love is the name of the tune. And this song would be covered by a duo, Larry and Mike. Larry and Mike covered this in 1963 on the Piccadilly label, a big record in the Pittsburgh area. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And how many out there like bongos? You know, bongos were pretty big in the late 1950s, and they were in a number of songs. Okay, bongos were in the Preston Epps, of course, probably best known for his bongo tunes, Bongo Rock, and also Little Joey and the Flips, Bongo Stomp. And what about this 45, as requested by UK listener Indrajit Advani, and he wants to send this one out to Timothy in our YouTube chat room. 1961, the Vol-Chords, Volchords, the Vol-Chords on the Regatta record label. It's called Bongo Love, if you like bongos. I'm getting caught a lot today here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. All the excitement here, getting ready for Easter, I guess. There you go. I like the bongos. I really do. There you go. By request for listener Indrajit in the UK, sending it out to Timothy, 1961. The Vol-Chords on Regatta Records. It's called Bongo Love. As we continue here on Vinyl Treasures, we are in the year 1961. Let's go to Philadelphia with this request for listener Adrian Viterbo in Mexico. Now in 1958, this group had a great two-sided 45 on the Rulu label. It was called Why Can't You Be True, backed with Raindrops, and then the group disappeared. And they were called the Varnells. They returned 3 years later to have two releases on Billy Arnold label. The only thing is that they changed their one vowel on their name. Instead of in 1958, they were in 58 they were known as the Vernals. But then in 1961, they were known as the Varnells. That's the difference. There you go. I should have put that before there. But anyway, they changed the E to A. And this is a request for listener Adrian. This is from February 61. Now, this is a mint copy, but a grainy press. So the promos play better. I couldn't find my promo, so I had to stick with the stock copy here, unfortunately. So you're going to hear some background background noise with this grainy press, but unfortunately, with the time limit Johnny G has, I had to think quickly. But anyway, this is for Adrian, the Varnells on Arnold from February 61. It's called Who Created Love. This is for Adrian.
I don't know. Tell me if this is so. Was it you? Was it me? Or Adam and Eve? Whoa,
Go. That's by request for listener Adrian Viterbo, listening in Mexico, February 61. Those are the Varnells, previously recorded as the Vernells. Johnny G getting tongue-tied here. And that's on the Arnold label. The song is called Who Created Love is the name of the tune. A very nice tune there. Let's continue here. In 1961, we go back to Pittsburgh, back with a request for listener Jim Lampley in Texas, as this group called the Diadems. The Diadems. This is from October 61. This is on the Lavere, Lavere label. And it's a cover song. This was first done back in 1955 by Teresa Brewer, and it came out on the Choral label. But the lead singer on this is Cleveland Butch Martin, who was blind, by the way, and he is singing lead on this from October 61. They're called the Diadems. This is for Jim Lampley. It's on Lavere Records. It's called What More Is There to Say for Jim.
Away.
Richard Robinson, you are correct. I did play this group last week. It was one of my entries that I on the Good label. They backed up Jerry Hilton on the Goody label. I did play that record, so you got a good memory. But here they are from October of '61. This is prior to that release. The Diadems on Laverne, Lavere, Lavere. I think that's how you pronounce it. What more is there to say? A nice request there for Jim Lampley in Texas, and that's with Cleveland Butch Martin on lead. Let's continue here. We move into 1962 with a request for listener Paul Michelle. Thank you, Paul, for your emails. So, and I got to thank a lot of people for the emails. They are inspiring to me with the kind words, and I'm so thankful to that. I really can't say, even for the comments on my YouTube walls. I really thank you for that, and I really appreciate everything you do here with the Johnny G and nice, kind, those comments. They're just fantastic. Thank you for being here and for supporting the show. But this is a quintet from Cleveland, Ohio. They first recorded for the Mercury label as the Five Quails, and that was in 1957. Then in the early 1960s, a few of the group members relocated to Detroit, and they added a new lead singer. And they were signed by Harvey. They were signed by Harvey Fuqua to record on his Harvey's label. Now, Paul requested the group's first release, a song co-written by Harvey Fuqua. You should know that name. He was a member of the Moonglows. And but this side features Harold Sudbury on lead. This is from March '62. Let's give a listen to the Five Quails on the Harvey label. This is going out to Paul Michelle. It's called Been a Long Time. The Five Quails.
It's been a long, long time that I wanted to hold you close. Yes, I long just to hold you close. Hold you close. It's been a long, long time. Whoa, it's been a long, long time that I wanted to kiss your sweet lips. Yes, I long just to kiss you once, kiss you twice. It's been a long, long time. Well, I've been all over the world, searching for someone like you. Well, you know how much to my surprise, you came into my view. Well, it's been a long, long time that I wanted to hold you close. Yes, I long just to hold you close. Hold you close. It's been a long time since I held you close, held you close, and I long just to kiss you once, kiss you twice. Whoa, I want, hold you close, hold you close, yeah, kiss you once, kiss you twice. Whoa.
As by request for listener Paul Michelle, the sound of the Five Quails. Five Quails, they were out in Detroit at this time from March 1962. That's their first release on the Harvey label. Been a Long Time is the name of the tune, and Harold Sudbury, he's the lead singer. I showed you two copies of that. The interesting thing is that this is the RCA press, okay, with the RCA matrix number. The name of the group is under the title. Now, the other one that I showed you, I don't know where VJ's pressing plant was or who pressed up VJ Records. They had the name on the side. So I don't know what, are they supposed to follow rules when they make up these labels here to put on the 45s? Usually they should be the same, but sometimes they're slightly different. So that is with that record. Of course, with their next two releases, they dropped the 5, and they were just known as the Quails. And we continue here in 1962. Here we go back to Philadelphia now with a request for Jimmy Amato. This is the rarest record on the Gaiden label, the Philadelphia-based Gaiden label, and I know nothing about this group. All I know is when Greg offered me this record, it wasn't cheap, and he said this is the hardest record on the label. This was really the only other copy he had beside his own, so I'm thankful to own this record from May of '62. Jimmy Amato requested it. They're called the Pacers. The Pacers on the Gaiden label. It's called How Sweet for Jimmy.
How sweet, how sweet, how sweet,
How sweet, whoa, how sweet can you be? You mean the world and all to me. You're the queen of my kingdom, one of God's little angels, I'm sure. How sweet can one be? You mean the world and all to me. You're most precious of maidens, and God is above you, I am sure. Oh, could I hate you? And darling, I never will. I love you.
and I always will.
Oh, how sweet can you be? You mean the world and all to me. You're the queen of my kingdom, one of God's little angels, I'm sure.
How sweet,
How sweet.
There you go, Rare 45s here as we wind down here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's going out to listener Jimmy Amato. That's the rarest record on the Gaiden label by a group called the Pacers. The Pacers from May '62. It's called How Sweet. Few more records to go here before we shut down here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's fill a request for listener Mady Camp. Well, let's go up to Chicago, Illinois, to Bill Ehrman's Witch record label. And this group is called the Aladdins, or they're called the Aladdins. They had two releases on the Witch label. And the A-sides of their records were novelty tunes, which I'm not crazy for, but the B-sides are all killer ballads. And this is the B-side to their first release on the Witch label. Now, the A-side was called Munch, which I'm not crazy for, I have to tell you. I'm not crazy for that song Munch, but I am crazy for the flip side. And it's a request for listener Matey Campboy. April 62, the Aladdins on Witch. It's called Please Love Me. This is for Matey Campboy.
Underneath the pale moonlight, I never thought that anything like this could happen to me. For I love you, can't you see?
Stealing some from the 10 Commandments of Love. That's where you heard that riff from. There you go. That's for Matey Campboy. April 1962. That's the Aladdins. The Aladdins with their first release on the Witch label. That is the intended B-side on a song called Please Love Me. 3 more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's fill a request for listener John Engstrom, if I said that right, John. And we go to New Orleans, Louisiana for this gal. Her name is Cordia Allen. Cordia Allen, she has 2 releases. This is her first release, a tune written by Joseph Broussard. I've seen that name before. He owned another label, I think Broadmoor. I think he owned that label in the 1960s. The other writer is Alvin Thomas Jr., and there is a girl group backing her up on this. This is probably an unknown record. Not many people know this. This probably should be added to the group guides. This is from March of 62 by request for John Engstrom, the Cordia Allen and group on the Dell label. It's called Lover's Call.
When the sun goes down and the night begins to fall, my
There you go. That's by request for John Engstrom. That's Cordia Allen. Cordia Allen and girl group backing her up came out in March of 1962. It's on the Dell record label. Lover's Call is the name of the tune. She has one more record on the Invicta label in 1963. Two more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Actually, this is a request for Indrajit Advani in the UK, and he wants to send this one out to all you chatters in the YouTube chat room as we go back to Philadelphia. Now, this group's debut single came out in 1961 on the Bargain label. You may know the song called The Beat of My Heart, but they would re-record that song in 1963, and it came out on the Phillips label, but they changed their name to The Whirlwinds, and they changed the name of the song from The Beat of My Heart to a song called Heartbeat. Now, it features the cool bass of Earl Young. Of course, Earl Young would later form a group in 1972 called MFSB, and the lead singer on this is Jimmy Ellis, who would become a member of the Tramps. Let's go to September of 1963 by request for Indrajit Advani, going out to all you chatters. These are the Whirlwinds on the Phillips label. It's called Heartbeat.
Well, the beat of my heart tell me that we'll never part. We'll be together forever and ever. You make my heart go. Oh, tell me, dear, you'll always want me near. I can say you're mine. You make my heart go.
You're my little star, shining at night. Every day, while I'm singing, holding you tight. I need your love. Say you will. The sun. And that is why you know I love you so well. The beat of my heart. Tell me that I feel never part. We'll be together forever and ever. You make my heart go. Boom, 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 and boom, boom.
Shine in the night, while I'm standing here, holding you so tight. I need your love like you need the sun, yeah.
And that is why you know I love you so. Well, beat of my heart, tell me that we'll never part. We'll be together forever and ever. You make my heart go.
There you go. That's a pretty cool tune there by a group called The Whirlwinds, September 1963 on the Phillips record label. Song called Heartbeat that featured Jimmy Ellis on lead. That bass was Earl Young. That's by request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, sending it out to all you chatters out there. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool 45s out of my collection. If you want to get in touch with me to send me a request, you can do it at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the request line, and send your requests early so I can pull them out early. Because my my life has been crazy over the last couple of weeks. It's actually gotten a little worse. Well, it's gotten worse than what it was before, but hopefully we'll be able to work on this. Getting with it's mainly my father that is the issue, and all you know the issues I have. But again, with any elderly parent that has issues with their mind, it becomes very difficult. But I'll work through it here. This is really the only time I really get to break away when I do these shows. So I wasn't going to do my show Thursday. So my mother said, no, you're doing the show. And Grace was here. So she says, you're going to do the show. You're not going to, you need to get away from all this. So this is my outlet. This is my break. And it makes me feel good when I hear these records. Hopefully it makes you feel good too. So that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you, Charlene, again for all your help. Charlene helped me a lot this week on the show. And it's because I had a rough time, but she did really good too, folks. So you got to thank Charlene for that. And we're going to close the show tonight with a request for Paul Michel. This is a great two-sided 45. I might play the flip side of this on my soul show. But Paul requested this group from Steubenville, Ohio. They were called the Stereos. And this is on Lenny Martin and Lou Guarino's World Artist Records out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And this is from October 1963. It features the lead singer on this is Nathaniel Hicks. He's the lead singer. Our closer tonight, the Stereos, by request for Paul Michel. It's called Good News on the World Artist record label. So I don't know, we need a lot of good news nowadays. Everything seems to be bad news, but I'm sure we'll be having good news soon enough. But thank you all for being here again. Want to wish everybody a happy Easter. Those of you that celebrate Easter or Passover, happy Passover, happy Easter. And again, thank you for being here tonight, and thank you all for your kind comments. My mother gave that little note that I read to you. She's so grateful. All of you greet her all the time, so she is really my biggest fan, and she tunes into all the programs. She never wants to miss it. My sister calls her on the phone. No, you got to call me back. I got to watch Johnny. That's what she does. So you've all been so nice to her and so nice to me, too. So I appreciate that. So this is in return. Hopefully I can share my record collection with you. So thank you all for being here. Again, everybody, take care. I'll see you next Saturday night at 9 p.m., 9 to midnight, right here on YouTube. Also on Oldies and More Radio. I'll be back Wednesday night. If you like soul records, tune in on Wednesday night. That's the Soul Show. And then on Thursday afternoon, we continue 2 more weeks of the 1957 Relic Countdown. Lots of great records coming on there. Lots of ballads and some hits. But again, if you have not already subscribed to the show, please do that. Tell your friends about it and give me a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. So, folks, I am out of here. Happy Easter, everyone. Take care. Just want to say, everybody, so long. The Stereos for Paul Michel.